Howdy again. Listen, I was thinking as I got done talking to you guys about the Upanishads here, it occurred to me there's one more rather key concept that I want to bring up that you're going to be running across in the Upanishads. That concept that's going to come up is this single word. It's actually a syllable, but a word and a syllable at once. Om. Now, when you read that in the Upanishads, in our translation of the Upanishads, it comes up as OM. And you'll see this again and again as these phrases Om, 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 peace, the sound of the universe. And you might wonder what exactly is going on there. Well, what's going on is basically a way in which this word, and specifically this word as it's organized and thought of within the context of the language of Sanskrit itself, is seen to be a reflection, indeed a metaphor, for the cycle of existence, for samsara, and the ground for the possibility of samsara and being at all, Brahman. This is why it is the syllable of the universe. But you might say, okay, well that's great, but what's the connection? Why is it Om as opposed to Ich or Brach or Ikke Bajong or something like that, or some other arbitrary sound? Why Om? Well, let me show you. I've made a handy-dandy little visual aid here for you. This symbol right here is not in fact a symbol at all. What this is a word in Sanskrit. It's 3, or if you like, 4 different letters. There is A, this underlined part here is or and this dot right here represents A, So really the better translation instead of Om, of O-M, is A-U-M. A-O-M. Now if you think about this and ask why would this be the sound of the universe, think about the way in which the sound appears in your mouth. Ah begins at the back of your mouth, at your throat, right? It's the sound of beginning, the rising of something. Where is in your mouth? Is in the middle of your mouth, the high part of the mouth. And neither a beginning nor an ending, but simply presence. What does the sound have to do with? A sound coming to an end, reaching the end. Beginning, middle, end. Creation, sustaining, destroying. 1, 2, 3. The cycle of existence. Each of the parts of existence represented in these sounds in this word, Om. Now you might say, okay, that's great, but what's that circle there? What's this? What's this have to do with? And why did you say that there's 4 sounds rather than 3? Aha! I'm glad you asked. Rather, I'm glad I raised the question. Here's what it is. This is what's called a shunya, or shunya. Shunya just means nothingness, or really probably a better word would be void. And what it is, it's actually where the idea of zero comes from. We'll get into that a little bit when we talk about Buddhism. But this shunya, this void, this emptiness, represents the fourth. What it represents, in particular, think about this fourth when you read Mandukya Upanishad. This fourth, this space, this void, this represents the field of possibility within which the sound of beginning, sustaining, and ending, takes place. In other words, Om is the sound of samsara. It is the embodiment in sound of samsara. The shunya is Brahman, the field upon which the very possibility of it takes place. It is a sound that is everywhere and nowhere at once in Om, in the existence of things, because it's what it makes the possibility of the sound in the first place. And so you can see what this is. When they make this big deal about the word Om, Om is not just it's not just some sort of mystical sound. It's not some sort of strange religious ritual. It very much is a meditative practice. It's a mantra, a hymn, a chant. But it's a chant that is at the same time a meditation. It's a way of thinking about the nature of sound so as to reflect upon the very character of existence and the condition that makes it possible for existence to exist, to be real at all. It is, in essence, a way for us to reflect upon everything that is in our nature and what it is that makes it possible. And that's why this chant is repeated again and again and again so often in meditation and in prayer within this religious tradition and within this cosmology and within the Upanishads. So there you go if you're wondering about that.